Well, let's talk about next year. Just a couple weeks away, really. 2024, election year. What do you hear all these people say? Doomsdayers and the people that love to get on here and try to scare you. Oh, watch out for next year. Oh, next year, next year, next year. Oh, watch out. Nobody knows what next year is going to bring. They said that about 2023. Oh, wait till the second half. Wait till the second half. Wait till the last quarter. Wait, 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 wait. They better get their ass in gear. It's about over. 2024 is an election year. What historically happens in an election year? Right. Everything goes from if it was a little bad to better. Why? So they get reelected. Gotta get reelected. So what did Powell already tell you? Oh, hey, man, we're not even here yet. We're not even in 2024 yet, but guess what? We're going to have some interest rate cuts, but we're not there yet. But, hey, we're going to have them. Economy doing that well? According to everybody else, it's not. I'm not saying you can't have a escalation of things around the world. You could have an escalation in other countries, but what did it do for us? What have we seen so far? Didn't really do much to us. Are we at war? We haven't declared it, but yeah, we're involved. Can something happen out of the clear blue, like a black swan event? I'm making fun of these people, is what I'm doing. No one knows the future. No one has a crystal ball. Okay? But historically, when it comes to an election year, they'll cut rates, they'll try to lower prices. Hell, they might even send you a damn stimulus check. You just never know. See, I've tried to explain it before, and I don't know if I've done it on one of these or one of my older videos. But I've the baby boomers are about halfway through their retirement, the mass retirement. So we've still got some time to go, and they keep retiring every day, roughly 10,000 a day, boom, 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 for the next, I don't know, dozen years, 10, 12 years. So what's going to end up happening is they're going to come on Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. They're going to start drawing on their 401s. They're going to start taking money out of the system. There's not going to be enough money going into the system because the Xers and the Zoomers and millennials and all these, there's not enough of them. And their kids, they ain't of age to be starting to work yet. And if they were, they're not going to be making enough to pay in enough to even make a difference here. Basically, what I'm saying is their tax revenue's not going to be there to pay for all this. There's still a labor shortage, and it's going to continually get worse. I don't know what the hell we're behind already. 500,000 people for half a million jobs roughly. We're behind already because we don't have enough people to take the place of this. And the ones that are taking space up aren't getting into the trades, aren't getting into the well-paying jobs like your baby boomers all are leaving. So if they're not making as much, not enough tax dollar going out into the system, more money's coming out of the system. Yeah, got a problem. That's what I can't figure out is they keep saying, "Oh, jobs, 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 boy, jobs are back." Hey, we're gonna have to make you. We gotta. People gotta lose their jobs. People gotta lose their jobs. Gotta slow this inflation down. When? You don't have enough people for the jobs you have now. So you can lay off more people? What happens to your tax revenue? Obviously, you don't care. You see how full of shit these people are? Newsflash. Government lies. Imagine that. They lie. Really. You know, whatever they say is a damn lie. It's usually the opposite of what it really is. So don't concern yourself too much with anything. Keep buying some extra food. Keep putting buy a couple extra gas cans, put a little extra gas off to the side in the garage or wherever, in your shed out back or whatever. Just, keep putting a little away. You go fill your car up, fill up a gas can. Go buy another gas can. Fill your car up again, fill up a gas can. Do you have to do it every time? No. You do what you can afford. Buy an extra case of oil or two. Do you have to buy this expensive stuff like synthetic? Hell no. Buy the cheap stuff. Because if you need it, you've got it. Better than having no oil at all. Buy some supplies, medical, band-aids, gauze. Sure. Some aspirin, allergy stuff. Have some stuff on hand in case you need it. They run NyQuil or DayQuil and that stuff on sale. By God, maybe buy an extra one or two. When you go to the store, buy an extra roll or two of toilet paper. You sure don't want to go in there and get stabbed over it, do you? No shortage at all. People just they overreact. Well, you got to go to the bathroom. Well, go to the courthouse. Go to the DMV. I mean, go somewhere, government place, and use theirs. Same thing with water. Doesn't hurt to buy some bottled water. It's prudent to have a few extra things sitting around. You know, go to thrift stores, buy a few extra blankets if they have them, Afghans, things like that. Turn the thermostat down a little bit. The house doesn't have to be quite as warm. Buy a couple extra Afghans, blankets. Maybe save a little bit extra out there on the old gas bill. Just think of ways in your head to save money. If your insurance is expensive, look around, shop around. You got a computer right in front of you, just shop around. Click, 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 click. Let's shoot you out a quote. Do the same thing for your house. Go to where you're treated the best. Try to save some money. That's your money that you're saving. Putting more in your pocket, not theirs. I'm not an advocate of riding motorcycles on the road because they're dangerous, even though I have a couple. But all I was going to say is this: to get a hell of a lot better mileage, and if you're a kid or someone that lives in a smaller town or doesn't have very far to go and could go back roads, or through subdivisions and stuff, get to wherever you're going, work or whatever. Price out a moped. I don't know, 100 miles to a gallon? Little moped? Hell, they probably make those little things you can attach to the back of them like they do the little things they pull kids in. Yeah, they probably make them for kids. Just buy one of those and stick your groceries in that. Bzzz, down the road you go. Pulling your groceries behind you. Now, if you got a family of 3 or 4, I don't know if that's feasible, but But if you're a kid, it very well could be. And if you're a single person, yeah, let your car sit. Drive your little moped around. Especially if you live in a smaller community. Big cities, I don't know. They get crazy out there. Insurance is probably cheaper. License plates are probably cheaper. Everything's probably cheaper. You might even check your local laws. I mean, there's some that it's under a certain amount of CC. You might not even need a license. You might not need a plate. There's all kind. You might not need certain things for it because of that. Just check your local DMV. It'll be able to tell you. Do you have to have a new one? Nah, there's probably plenty of them out there. There's probably plenty sitting in some guy who got one sitting in his garage. He's like, hasn't used in 1,000 years. Kid moved away, and it's like, just sitting over there in the corner. Not a whole lot to them. It ran when they put it there. Probably need to maybe clean up the carburetor, put it back on. Hell, you know what? Depending on, they make these carburetors. You can get a carburetor. You used to be able to get a whole carburetor cheaper than you can buy a carb kit for like $8-9. You might be able to get a new carburetor for $10-12. Brand new. Unbolt, bolt on. There you go. You don't even have to rebuild the damn thing. Just put a new one on. Maybe a spark plug. A lot of them are magneto, so you can kick it or pedal it or whatever you do. It'll start. Do you have to have the battery? No. But if you like the electric start, yeah, buy a battery. They're usually pretty cheap. a whole lot cheaper to run than a car. Just think of ways to save money. I don't know your circumstances, but if you could do that, if you don't work very far from home and you can take back roads so you're off the main drag, it might be the way to go. Now, but snowing out, when we were kids, we used to race around dirt bikes in the snow. And our four-wheelers and our three-wheelers and everything else. It was a pretty good time. But, well, I shouldn't say I don't do that today. I still do it. But, hey, you know. Anyhow, I just think of ways to save yourself a few dollars here and a few dollars there. I don't know if anybody even subscribes to the newspaper anymore. If they do, I wouldn't even mess with it. You can get everything you want offline. Coupons, the whole 9 yards. I'm sure if you get online, you probably find all kinds of coupons you didn't even know were out there, rebates and all kinds of stuff that you're like, man, I didn't know that. I know, I don't know either. They're out there though. I always shop the clearance aisles. Clearance. Sometimes it's not much of a clearance. You're saving $1. Okay. You know, that's not much of a clearance. Now, if it's $1 and you're saving $1, well, that's not so bad then. But, you know, if it's 10 or 20 bucks, you're saving $1, ain't much of a clearance, is it? Always go through the seasonal stuff. They're marking all kinds of stuff down. Grass killer, weed killer, and fertilizer stuff for the lawns and stuff. And if you use it, well, good. That's when you buy it. Wasp spray, if they're marking it down, buy it. If it's a good price. If it's not, depends how many cans you buy, I guess. One thing you do have to remember is this, too. Things are getting a little tighter. Whenever I go in town and I have to buy dog food. And we got feral cats, so I buy cat food too. But what I'm getting at is buy an extra bag of food, go over to the Humane Society, drop it off. They'll appreciate it. I mean, buy what you want, but if it's the cheapest stuff they got, if it's on sale, whatever, if the bag's damaged and it's tore open and they taped it all up and they got a hell of a price, buy it and take it over to the Humane Society. They'd love to have it. I mean, I usually go and buy 4 or 5 bags and take one bag over, drop it off. Kidding. Some people probably recycle their aluminum cans. That's good. You know, I don't know what the price of the stuff is, but you never know. You get enough cans, I don't know, $5, $6, $10. I don't know. If it's not enough to pay for your gas to go over there and back, it's not worth it. But if it does, and you got a few dollars, well, great. Hell, maybe you get your neighbors involved in it too, and hell, some guy's got a truck and y'all go over there and, hell, you might, I don't know. If you crush them down, I don't know, 40, $50, I have no idea. I usually don't buy things in aluminum cans. So yeah, that's what you do. Well, it's like this here. Some people may go, oh, this is nasty. I'll drink about anything, okay? I drink turpentine. It doesn't matter. But you see right there? Look right there. See, look. is marked down. Tastes just fine. Nothing wrong with it. It's an acquired taste, but like I said, I'll drink anything. But look for stuff like that on your store shelves, especially the perishable stuff. If you're not going to use it today, you can crack the cap off. It depends. If it's down here, it might be okay. But if it's up pretty high, you gotta crack the top off, pour some off, pour it down to, about so, throw it in the freezer. Just throw it in the freezer. It'll freeze. It'll keep a long time in the freezer. Same thing with orange juice. You can freeze milk. Just think of ways to save some money. Put things away in case things start getting bad. Have a plan. Anyways, I didn't want to keep this very long. I wanted to kind of keep it short, but my whole thing is they keep telling you how 2024, oh man, watch out, watch out, watch out. It's an election year, folks. But anything can happen because you got all these other countries out here rattling sabers and swords and missiles and everything else, and who knows? Who knows? So anyhow, y'all take care. And always remember, yeah, I hear you. I know you're there. So always give thanks to God. Always give thanks to God. Always talk to Him. Talk to Him like He's your best buddy, because He is. You don't have to give some big formal prayer thing. He gets it, man. He gets it. Show Him respect. Don't use His name in vain. Follow His commandments. Always ask for forgiveness. Tell Him how your day went. Tell Him the good and the bad. He wants to hear from you. He wants to hear from you. So, with that said, folks, y'all take care.